Hello everybody. Today I'm going to take you through a example hole so we can see how to play courses and clubs. So the first thing we do is we get our golf course. So here we have sawgrass, and here is all the information pertaining to each hole all the way down to, there's 14, and then the other side we have to 18. So what we do is in the manual, Playing Courses and Clubs, it instructs us before playing the first hole, we choose 14 clubs out of your list of clubs on your character sheet. 14 is the maximum number of clubs you can have in your bag in any formal golf game. And that's an official rule of golf. So let's take a look at Sean Connery here. Take a look at his character sheet. And we have all of our clubs. So the 2 clubs we will remove from our bag. I think I'm going to take out the 1 iron, so I'll mark that as the one I'm not going to have, and also the gap wedge. So there we go. So step 1 complete. So the next thing, weather. It determines if there is any relevant weather conditions for the entire round and record it on your score sheet under weather. Roll a d10. Well, here is our scorecard. This is how we keep track of our strokes for each hole that we play. And this is where we keep our score. So let's do that. So weather, let's roll. Well, first let's fill up the top portion here. So under course here, it says we are going to play, we're going to play sawgrass. I think it's a good idea to laminate this sheet because you want to use it over and over again. So there's sawgrass. Player, you can put your name down or the character you're playing. And, well, I made Sean Connery, quote unquote, in the player creation video, so I'll continue with Sean. So we'll put Sean Connery. And the date, well, it's July. Good enough. And then the weather. So this is just what we were instructed to try to figure out. So we have our trusted 10-sided dice here, and we roll a d10 to determine if there is any weather. So let's see what we got here. 6, wet. So -5 yards to all strokes, except when on the green. And we record that on our sheet here. Wet. Next step. It says, at the start of each hole, record the current hole's information. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit here. The hole, so the hole number, so I'll put number 1. The par of hole number 1. So now we get our course sheet right here, and we record this information. So hole number 1. So let's go to hole number 1 here. Let's get a little closer there. There we are. So hole number 1 is a par 4. Let's record that here. And then we also record the green difficulty. It's considered level. The club, well, we're not choosing a club yet. We're just doing the information. Stroke, well, this is stroke 0. We're not actually doing any hitting yet. Ball lie is T. Haven't hit any distance yet because we haven't swung a club yet. And then here we have distance remaining. And this is the distance to the green. So if we look at our sheet here, it says the green is 423 yards to 452 yards. So we write that down under distance remaining. So let's write down 423 to 452. All right. So now that we've done that, let's take a look at our remaining steps. All right, so we just finished step 1, recording everything. It gives a little example down below of how to fill it out. And then here we have the scorecard. So, sorry, wrong page. So we go to step 2, which is determine wind. So at the start of each hole, one player rolls to determine if there is any wind, then all players mark it down on their scorecard. Roll a d10. So let's roll a d10. and see if we get any wind. 5. So 5 says there is a light tailwind, and we record that in our scorecard right here. So light tail. All right, so now step 3, tee off. Stroke 1, tee off. Check the hole's distance to the green. Well, we did that. We recorded that on our scorecard sheet. So we have 423 yards to 452 yards. Then go to R001 located in the rules section. When you have finished following the rules section, no further instructions remain. That concludes your first stroke. When you've concluded your first stroke, move on to step 4 for all strokes beyond tee off until you have holed the hole. All right, so let's go to, it says to go to R001. So let's go to R001. So the game very much walks you through step by step on how to play, really. So you have here, we have the rules. And the rules is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7 pages. So we have here R001. So let's take a look at R001. Get a little closer there. So R001, tee off. Determine which club you're going to use, then follow its appropriate rule. Well, okay, so we know how far we are. We're 423 yards to 452 yards. So we're gonna make our first stroke. I think we might as well just go ahead and use a driver. So our club we're gonna choose is a driver, stroke 1. And if we look on our Sean Connery's character sheet, our average yardage for our driver is 295 yards. So we then go back to our R001. We have determined we're going to, if using a driver, 3-wood, 5-wood, 1-iron, or 2-iron, attempt a tee-off wood skill using the hole's tee-off ease factor, then roll a d10 on table B tee-off. Okay, well, so we come over to, we take a look at our tee-off wood skill. So Sean Connery's tee-off woods is 20. And we said we have to check the tee-off difficulty, tee-off ease factor difficulty, which here we see is 7. So tee-off woods, 20, ease factor 7. So that would be 20 times 7. So 20 times 7, and we have this handy multiplication sheet right on the character sheet. So 20 times 7, 140. So that makes our success chance. So let's go over to our quality rating table. And it's 140. And here we are. We roll percentile to see what quality rating we get. When we determine that, we go to table B, tee off, right here, and roll a d10 under the quality rating we get here. So we said 140. So we take our handy percentile dice here. So we write, oh, but we have to consider though, the weather is wet. So we lose 5 yards because that's the rule for the wet. Back we did that initial thing here, minus 5 yards. So that would be minus 5 yards. So 310 yards we hit our driver. So 310 yards, not bad. So then what we do now is we'll take a look at the distance remaining. So we have 423 initially, 452. But now that's changed because now we've moved our ball up 310 yards. But let's take a look and see what it says for Rule 15. So Rule 15 says we then go to R018. So let's go to R018 and it says select the most relevant. If total yards place ball out of bounds, then go to R023. Well, no, out of bounds is 467 plus yards. So we do not do that. If total yards is past the green but not out of bounds, go to R028. Nope. If total yards reaches the green, then go to R017. No, we're not at the green yet. So then if total yards doesn't place the ball on the green and is not out of bounds, ball is on fairway. So we come back to our score sheet. Our ball lie is fairway. Okay, so I just wrote down the distance remaining now. So I took 310 off 423. This is our distance to the green. And it's 113 yards to the front of the green. Then 452 minus 310, 142 yards. So we are 113 to 142 yards away from the green. And that concludes our first stroke. We're on the fairway. We hit our driver 310. So now we go back to the rules here. Because what do we do next, right? Well, that concludes the first stroke. And our rules said here, step 4 in the manual, all other strokes beyond tee off. Stroke 2 and every subsequent stroke after. Go to the rule in the rules section based on your ball's current lie. And that's really the whole game from here on in. It's the rule's going to ask you which club you're going to be using, and then you decide what club you want to use, and then you roll. It will take you to what rule you go to. So for example, well, let's do it right now. So ball is on the fairway. So R003. So let's go to R003 in the rule book. You come back here. So R003. And it says fairway shot. Determine which club you are going to use, then follow its appropriate rule. Well, we are how many yards away? Between 113 and 142 yards away from the green. So, fairway shot, 113 yards. Well, what club to use? Well, that's all based on your character, right? So 113 to 142. 113 to 142. But we don't have our gap wedge, and we have a light tailwind. Oof. Now, the thing is, though, with our wedge shots, we can do specific distance. So let's take a look here, and we'll see that in the rules. All this is spelled out in front of you. So let's take our pitching wedge, which can go up to 145. So 145, so we come here back to fairway shot. We decide we're going to use pitching wedge. If you're using a pitching wedge, gap wedge, sand wedge, or lob wedge, go to R010. All right, so R010. R010, fairway chip shot. Select the most relevant. If you are 39 yards or lower to the green, go to R040. We are not. We determine we're 113 to 142 yards. If you then, if that's not the case, then we choose your target yardage up to your wedge's average yards, then choose the most relevant. Okay, if your target, okay, well, how far do we want to hit this thing? So, judging by our light tailwind, it's also wet, the conditions, so we're going to lose 5 yards for sure. Well, the pitching wedge you can go up to 145 yards, but let's go. We have a light tailwind, so I'm going to say let's go 125 yards. We're going to aim 125 yards. So it said here, choose your target yardage. We're going to do 125. because our pitching wedge can go up to 145. Then choose the most relevant. If your target yardage is between 40 and 99 yards, attempt a chipping skill test. Nope. If your target yardage is 100 plus yards, attempt a chipping. Yes, it is, because we chose 125 yards. So attempt a chipping skill test at ease factor 9. That's table A quality rating table. That's what we did last time. And then we roll a D10 now on table F, the approach shot. So let's take a look at that. So ease factor 9 chipping skill. So we come back to Sean Connery's character sheet. Chipping skill is 15. So 15 times 9. Well, we have the handy multiplication table. 15 times 9 is 135. So 135. So we come to our tables. 135. 135. So we roll our D100 and we see what quality rating we get to roll on the approach chart. So let's roll this up here. All right. So 100 and chipping was 15 times 9, 135. So let's roll a D100. Black first, 60. So 135, we come here. 60 is a quality rating 3. All right, so, and it told us to go to, then roll a D10 on table F approach shot. So here it is, table F approach shot. So what club did we use? We used the pitching wedge. So this part of the table here, this is for the other irons, and this is for your woods and very low irons. So we got a quality rating 3. So we roll a D10 here and see what result we get. All right, so we roll an 8. An 8 on the table F approach shot under here is, 8 is a quality rating 3, R056. So we go to R056 and we see what we get. R056. So R056 says, ball travels target yardage plus D10 minus 5, then go to R018. So the wind wasn't even much of a factor. It wasn't a factor at all, actually. This result actually gave a very clean hit, and this is regardless of the wind or anything. It just says target yardage plus D10 minus 5. But there is one thing we got to consider, and that is the weather is wet. So we lose another 5 yards. So it's actually minus 10 yards. And we said 125 yards. So 125 yards plus D10. So plus 9 more yards. That's 134 minus 10 is 124 yards. Because it also says here, it says target yardage plus D10 minus 5, then go to R018. So let's write down our yardage first. Oh, we forgot to do this. Second stroke, pitching wedge. We went 124 yards, okay? So then, okay, so it said now in the rules, after we determine our yardage, ball travels target yardage plus D10 minus 5, then go to R018. It says to go, then go to R018. So we go to R018, and it says the following. R018 says, select the most relevant. If total yards places ball in out of bounds, then go to, no, it's not out of bounds. Oh, I gotta get this, can't really see this here. Here, I'm gonna get this. All right, let's try that again. R018, select the most relevant. If total yards places ball in out of bounds, go to R023. No, it doesn't. Out of bounds is, well, it's past the green, right? And in our whole information, out of bounds is 467 plus yards. Okay. If total yards is past the green but not out of bounds, R028. Nope. If total yards reaches the green, then go to R017. Well, if we look at our total amount of yards, we realize we needed 113 to 142 more yards to get within the green range. So we are in range of the green. So that is correct. And it says here, if total yards reaches the green, go to R017. And that's right here. We are in range, we've reached the green. Ball's on the green and rolling. select the most relevant. If green difficulty is level, go here. If green difficulty is slopes, go here. If green difficulty is tricky, go to this rule. Well, where are we going to get the information on the hole? Right here, green difficulty. We wrote this down earlier. The green difficulty is level on hole 1. So, if green difficulty is level, go to R050. All right, R050, level, green difficulty. Select the most relevant to determine ball distance to hole. So if your current club is a pitching wedge, actually, yes, it is. So depending on what club you just used will determine the skill test you must make to see how far the ball is now from the hole. Did it go in? Is it really far away? Is it close? Well, we're going to find out right now. And we used a pitching wedge. So attempt a focus skill test at ease factor 8 on our table A quality rating table. Yes, like we always do before. It's always the first step when it comes to your stroke. Then roll a D10 on the table C reached green table now. So let's do that. All right. Okay, so Sean Connery's, we're told to do a focus skill test. Well, Sean Connery is the golfer, so focus skill test 15. And it said here, 15 skill test at ease factor 8. Well, his skill level is 15. At ease factor 8 is 120. So 120, once again, back to our quality rating table, 120, and we roll a D100 to see what quality rating we get. So 120, roll, 64. 120, 64 is a quality rating 4. And we were then told to go roll on table C reached green under that quality rating. So reached green, quality rating 4, and this will help us determine how far the ball is from the hole. Did it go in? Is it far? Let's see here. 5. So 5 under the table C reached green table under quality rating 4 is a R027. Well, what do? R027, we go back into the rule book and we see that R027 is roll a 5d5, R027, roll a 5d5 plus 5 to determine how many feet the ball is from the hole. The ball is on the green. So we roll this, 5 d10s plus 5. So we have 6, 7, 8, 18, plus 5, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 feet. Did I miss one there? 23 feet. So we come back to our card here, distance remaining, 23 feet. So we're now 23 feet from the hole after our second stroke. And like it said in the rule, the ball is on the green. So now we're on to stroke number 3. And what are we going to use for stroke number 3? Well, we're on the green. There's only one club we can use, and it's the putter. But we're going to see that in a second. I've just played the game so many times, I know that. But if we go back to our steps now, this right here, it said, step 4, all other strokes beyond tee off. Stroke 2 and every subsequent stroke after. Go to the rules in the rules section based on your ball's current lie. Well, it told us the ball is on the green. If ball is on green, R005. So we come to R005. All right. R005. You are putting. Select the most relevant. If ball is 1 foot away, go to R024. If ball is 2 to 3 feet, R049. If ball is 4 to 5, nope. 6 to 7, nope. 8 feet away, 9, nope. We are 23 feet away. So let's find on here where 23 would fall under. 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 29 feet. So we are right here. If ball is 20 to 29 feet, attempt a putting skill test at ease factor 4. on the table A quality rating table, like it always says, like we always do. But then we roll a d10, depending what quality rating we get here. The table it's telling us to go roll on now is the table D putting table. So it's ease factor 4 for putting skill. Well, let's see what Sean Connery's putting skill is. Sean Connery's putting skill is 19. 4. So 19 times 4, well, we have the handy multiplication thing here. 76. So that's our success chance number. 76. So we come to we have to determine our quality rating. So 76 falls under here. 71 to 80, 76. And SC stands for success chance, which is 76 in this case. So if we roll a 41 to 76, it's a quality rating 4. If we roll a 77 to 100, it's a quality rating 5. So 76, let's roll the percentile and see what we get. 72, oh boy. So we're here, 72. It's under the success chance number, but it falls between 41 and our success chance number of 76. So we are quality rating 4 putt. So a quality rating 4 putt. So we come back to our table, and it told us we had to roll on the putting chart under the current green difficulty. We know it's level. It says there right on our course sheet, and we also recorded it on our score sheet. So level, it's a quality rating 4 we got, so we're rolling on this column, level, roll a d10. 9. So a 9, quality rating 4, R036. So what do we do? Yes, we go to R036 in the rules to see what we got here. So R036 is R036. R036 says, missed putt. Roll a d10 minus 8. Any result, 0 or under, is considered inches away to determine how far the ball is from the hole. So we didn't make the putt. And then what does it say at the end? The ball is on the green. All right, so roll a d10 minus 8. 5 minus 8, well, that's under 1. So that means it's inches away. So putter here, the ball lie, we just figured out, well, it just said it was green, but let's do the distance here first. We are inches away. Inches. And we went, well, 20-something feet. 20, it was 20, so 24 feet it was. So, 24-ish feet is what we went. 24 feet. And what did it say at the end? The ball is on the green. Well, let's see what happens with inches. So we come back to our book. That concludes that stroke. We come to here. The ball, if ball is on green, R005, just like our previous stroke. So we come to R005, and that puts us at R005. You are putting still. Select the most relevant. If ball is 1 foot or under, R024. Let's see what R024 is. R024. Hold out. The ball went in. So, and that was our 4th putt. So as you can see here, that was our 4th stroke. I didn't record it, but the logic of it is pretty straightforward. Just as soon as you get used to the mechanics of, so that's a par anyway. So then up here you would score even, and you would then, that's why I say to laminate this. So then you would go ahead and you would erase this, all this information here, and you would then record onto hole number 2, and then record its information as found on the course sheet. But anyhow, see, so it's very much figure out, follow the rules, really. And the rule steps are step by step, and it walks you through exactly where you need to go next. The only real thing you have to consider beyond what the rules tells you is the weather. So if it might be a good idea to play the game first that it's only calm, so you don't have to consider that portion of things. Because if there's any wind it's included right into the mechanics of the rule. So you'll know right there whether or not, it's not something you can forget. But the weather is something that you could potentially forget. I'm getting them, it's really messy here. But anyhow, so Sean Connery got a score of even after the first hole. So the mechanics very much are, refer to your skill that it tells you need to roll on based on the club you chose. This is the anchor to the whole game, is the quality rating chart to figure out your quality rating. And then the rule will tell you which table to roll on one of the two sides of this table sheet under the quality rating you got from the quality rating table to see then the result of your stroke by following it, which rule it goes to. So anyhow, that pretty much concludes it. That's just a basic rundown of playing through the holes. Now, you might see here, well, you know, there's bunker ranges here. On hole 1, for example, we have sawgrass here. Let me get a little closer here. So we have sawgrass, hole number 1. We have that there is bunker 216 yards from the tee to 288. There's also another bunker at 353 to 442, which falls actually in line with the green. Water 183 to 284. The thing is, though, is that depending on the quality of your hit, the rule will tell you what to check. So we were fortunate enough in our strokes, in all of our strokes getting to the green, that it told you to go to the rule where to check if you've reached the green or not, and if you haven't, you're essentially on the fairway. But there's other quality ratings within the roll results that you have to check if there's a bunker in the range or if there's water in the range. So just because you may be within range of a bunker, it doesn't necessarily mean you're in the bunker or the water. If you're in range of the water, you might just be near it. So that is all determined by the rule that follows after you've hit the ball, that it tells you what rule to go to check first. So anyhow, that's a very quick little overview on just how to play the game. So if you have any questions, please let me know below. So thanks for watching, take care, and bye-bye for now.